Hi Tarot Treasures, it's Ethony and welcome to Oracle Wednesday for the 10th of July 2019 until the 16th of July 2019. So Oracle Wednesday is a pick a card, well pick a pile of cards because we have extended it to 3 for you to get a message from your higher self, your guides, your inner soul, your ancestors, the divine, however you choose to view how the cards work. Get to pick a pile and then come back and listen to my guidance for you all. This is some general guidance, something for you to take away, to put into action for the rest of your week. So now I'm going to swap over the cameras and get you to pick your pile, and then we're going to go through the messages and I'm going to show you what decks I've used for the week. So let's go and pick those cards. I now invite you to take a deep breath. Fill your body with beautiful, life-giving oxygen and exhale. And ask your guides, your higher self, your inner self, your compass, your angels, your goddesses, your gods, what message you need to hear today to help you for the rest of the week going forward. And then select a pile. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Once you selected your pile, write down the number so you don't forget, and let's continue on to your messages. Welcome back. I hope you wrote down what pile you have so you don't forget. Let's have a look at pile 1. And I first want to say the back of these cards are simply stunning. So your first card for pile 1, for those little lovely treasures who picked this pile, is the 4 of coins. Now things may be a little bit lean at the moment. Your bank account may not be looking as healthy as you would like it to, and you may be having to look at all of your resources in a very, very careful way. That also includes time. You may be extremely time poor. You could be finding that you are double or triple booking yourself, or you don't have enough hours in the day. How many times have I caught myself saying that when I worked in the corporate world? Actually, I feel like it's worse now that I run my own business. But you are being asked to look at how you can use what you have as cleverly, intelligently, and wisely as possible. We've all heard that saying of work smarter, not harder, and this is going to be what you're looking for this week when it comes to practical things, your resources, your money. Go clip those coupons. Go, make something out of the things that are left over in the fridge. Go and ask for some assistance if you need to. This is very much this 4 of coins vibration. Then on top of that, we have this serendipity card, where this is a reminder that bright prospects are on the horizon and things are not going to stay the way that they are right now. As we have a look at this card here, the 4 of coins, we've got this kind of these scavenger animals in the seagull and the crab that get things from the bottom of the ocean. And then we have this person that has built this gorgeous kid who has built this sandcastle that we know is going to get wiped away by the waves. Now we have over here in the serendipity card all of these beautiful butterflies and the moon, which changes all the time. So this is a reminder that things are not going to stay the same. Some bright new prospects are on the horizon, and it's just going to be up to you to capitalize on them and be ready to pounce and take action when those come into your sphere. So make sure you have your antennae for things to come up so that you are ready for it when it happens. But one of the things about these pairing, and then you're going to see your third card in a second, is to keep the faith. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to go and blow all your money in your bank account because you're like, oh, I know things are going to change soon. Yes, it's true, but you still want to be smart. Remember, the first card that you picked, the card that you were initially resonating towards, is that 4 of coins, and that is always being extremely careful with your resources. Finally, your message for the rest of the week is to enjoy the simple pleasures. This is a simple pleasures card, and you're being asked to look at what you can do with what you already have. If you're anything like me, I have an abundance of things that I could be doing with the things I already own. I have a cupboard full of craft stuff. I have paints, I have clay, I've got beads, I've got Netflix, I have got Amazon Prime, I've got stickers, I've got crayons, I have a bazillion books, I have all of this stuff. I have a puppy I could go take for a walk, I have nature, I have my son I can go play with. There is a huge amount of things that are optioned and open to me. I can go make a cup of tea, a herbal tea, and enjoy that and watch some free content on YouTube. There is no excuse to think as though you don't have enough. Your imagination just may need a little bit of a spark. Something that I find really interesting when it comes to imagination and it comes to, not knowing if you have enough to do, allow yourself to be bored. But remember that when in that space of boredom, you are going to find new things come to you. I usually take my phone with me when I take Thor out for a walk. Now, I do this for a number of reasons. I'm still playing Pokemon Go, so I usually have that open. And I like to track how many kilometers I'm walking in the day. So I actually had a pretty good week last week. So I sometimes forget. Sometimes I got to get that puppy outside. He's only 3 months old. He's got to go to the bathroom. And I forget it. And you know what? When I forget my phone, I realize just how beautiful it is where I live. I always talk to people whether I have my phone or not, and I'm always talking to other puppies. But I just notice how quiet things are and I enjoy the silence. There are loads of beautiful hummingbirds around. The flowers are out. The trees are green. The grass is gorgeous and dewy in the mornings. These are things that I may not be paying attention to if I have my phone. So remember, simple pleasures are the way to go this week. Watch your resources. Ensure that you are not spending what you don't need to, including your time and your very, very precious time that you cannot get back, your energy and your physical resources. Know that it's not going to stay that way forever. New potentials are on the horizon and you just have to be ready. But in the meantime, enjoy the simple things, enjoy the pleasures that you have at your fingertips that you can do with very little money or no money at all. Hey, libraries are free, lots of free resources no matter where you live. That is pile number 1. I have apparently got a lot to say today, folks. Pile number 2, you have got one of my favorite cards in the tarot, the Emperor. You want to know why I love this amazing card of masculine strength? It is because it is going to really whip you into shape. The Emperor is here to say you need some routine. Say it with me, folks. Routine. Maybe some RuPaul as well, but you need some routine, girl. You need to get a plan. Looking at structure and order and balance, and I have written some notes, so I'm going to make sure I'm accessing those as well. And really being the leader in your own life and giving yourself the tools to succeed. The Emperor knows that with these things coming into your life, you're going to ensure that you're successful. Planning is an extremely important thing to do. And when you want to plan to succeed, this is the energy that you want. What I love about these cards, and I cannot even tell you how much I love this deck by Poppy Palin, is we have the eagle back here, but we also have the eagle on this guy's smartphone. So not only is he bringing in this powerful spirit animal, this powerful animal in so many cultures and mythologies in the world, the eagle is able to see things from a huge distance and from very high. So this wants you to remember the bigger picture. When we think about order and routine and getting some balance and being a leader, it's not sometimes all that glamorous. It's like, well, I don't want to take my vitamins and go for a walk. But hey, guess what? In the long term, that's actually going to do you a lot of good. Most of us, many spiritual people, are much more fly by the seat of your pantaloons kind of people. We do not like all that structure. We're like, stop that structure. I'm a rebel at heart. But really, if you have been finding you are a kite that is really not tethered down, you're needing some structure in your life. The Emperor can be a very difficult card for some people because, let's face it, not all of us have a great experience with some of the emperors that we've come into contact with. This is a perfect example and a perfect opportunity for you to embody this card and become the kind of leader that you wish you had if you haven't had a very good experience with this card. Now, your second card is reinforcing this. You have got the mystical circle. Your abilities will be enhanced. And the only way it's going to be enhanced is if you actually put some of the first things I said to you in practice. If you're going to allow yourself the gift of not being distracted. Take away things that are distracting you. Even if you have to put a bubble around yourself energetically every day to ensure that you're not being distracted. Get the job done. Do the work. I'm just having a look at what I wrote down in my notes. Being distracted, getting random things, and even saying things like, oh, I need to be in the flow, can sometimes be self-sabotage. And if you've picked the second pile this week, that may be what's going on, and you might have been a little bit called out by your cards. So your abilities will be enhanced if you're able to bring yourself a little bit of, order, a little bit of structure, a little bit of routine. Give yourself the gift of knowing what's going to happen by building in a positive framework for your life, your business. And even if that's just to say no, like if you have to start to pare away a few things from your sort of plate. Your final card is regaining equilibrium. The scale has been tipped very heavily to one side. You may have been doing a lot of things for other people. You may be very tired. You may have had a lot of things going out, whether that is money going out or energy going out, time going out, and not really taking care of you. Now, what can often happen is when we notice the pendulum has swung one way, what we do is we swing it all the way back to the other side, and then that also creates upheaval and an imbalance. What you're being asked to do is to bring that pendulum back to the middle. And Back to the Middle, by the way, is an amazing song by India Arie. I recommend you go and listen to it because she is phenomenal. So anyway, but Back to the Middle is a brilliant song. You are being asked to regain some equilibrium, so bring things back to the middle. You do not have to go from one extreme to another, just simple, small steps to bring yourself back into alignment and more in balance. And of course, these are very supportive cards of each other. We have structure, routine, leadership, being rewarded with things going along the lines that you want them to when you finally get some of that in place, and then coming back to a place of equilibrium. So all of our energy and hard work is actually going in the right direction and not scattered everywhere or on behalf of everybody else and everyone else without anything coming back to you. Okay, my fabulous ones. Pile 3. Your first card is the Queen of Cups. Now, I adore this depiction of the Queen of Cups by Poppy. This is such a beautiful card, showing that in the black and white of the day, of the humdrum in the background there, even a small act of kindness, of seeing someone that may be ignored by other people, connecting to the human in people, can do so much. The Queen of Cups in my tarot court is the mystic. This person knows what other people need before they even do. One of the things about this card is really tapping into the kindness in our hearts and bringing that into the world in every situation that we encounter. Yes, it can be very easy when we are faced with challenges to meet them head on. And believe you me, I'm kind of the type of person who will take a blowtorch to things if I feel as though it needs to. I am a feisty one, especially if someone comes for me. But I have learned in my in many ways, sometimes it's better to just leave things alone, leave the drama alone, and quietly walk away and go do something a little bit kinder and a little bit more constructive. Even if you can, muster up some kindness and give it to the person who's throwing you shade or is trying to make your life difficult. I have found things to be so transformative when I've been able to say to someone, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Is there something that you need? How can I make your day a little bit better? And just in those few little words, disarming the person's, aggroness, the person's defensiveness, and actually saying, I see you as a human. Is there something else that's going on here? Now, don't get me wrong. Some people are just assholes or having a bad day, but if you can meet them with kindness anyway, you are going to leave that situation feeling a lot better than they are. Believe me. Your second card is the adorable, I don't know if it's adorable, any of you who've played like Dungeons and Dragons or any dungeon crawler games like Neverwinter, oh my gosh, or like Diablo, my nerd is showing, my shade of nerd is showing, will know about golems. So the golem here in this deck is a close friend acts on your behalf. Golems are animated beings that do your bidding and can also be defensive. They're really great in battle. But the golem in this, along with this beautiful card, is saying that a friend actually wants to help you. There are people in your community and in your aura, in your energy, and people who want to help you. Let them help you. I'm going to say that again for the ladies in the back. Let them help you. One of the things that really stood out to me when I was doing this reading, and what I do is I do the reading like for myself in a way. I do notes so that I don't miss anything, and so I can also write it for you all, and then I channel. So if you're watching this, you're getting a ton more information than the little written bit. But what I found really interesting in this card is that a lot of people, especially those of you who identify as pagan or who identify as spiritual people, who do a lot of work for other people, are so much more comfortable being this person than they are being this person. Now, you can read into that I actually don't have the guidebook on hand, but that person is probably, it looks like they are homeless, being given a warm drink by a woman. But this doesn't have to be the narrative of this exchange. I'm not saying you, of course, being homeless is uncomfortable. I can't imagine every single night I'm thankful for the roof over my head and being in a warm bed. But it's more that we find it difficult to receive help, to receive good things, to be seen by people, to allow good things to come into our lives. We would be much rather giving. And while that is a beautiful energy to have, allow this beautiful energy of the golem, hopefully not an animated bloody set of armor shows up at your doorway. I did not send that, by the way, if that happens to you. Sorry about it if it does. I would have a chat to your guides if that's what's going on. But if you can this week accept the gifts that are trying to be given to you, then please do. And then your final little message for the week, for those of you who picked pile number 3, is the fountain. And this is about filling your cup. The Queen of Cups, filling your cup. Get it? I bet you do, hot stuff. So you're being asked to make sure that you fill your own cup. Take care of yourself. And if that means accepting help from other people, accept. Realize you're worthy and you're worth it, and people love you and want to help, because you can be this beautiful soul that goes out and helps lots of people. But the best way to do that is to nurture yourself first, take care of yourself, have an overflowing cup so that you're not running and exhausted and getting into burnout mode helping other people. You have to have energy coming in and energy going out. It can't all be one way. All right, my treasures. So what decks did I pick for this week? The first one is there's not an unboxing yet. It is going to be up on my channel soon, but it is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. This is the guidebook, and this is what the cover of the deck looks like. I love Poppy's work. This deck is stunning. I am so glad I'm working with it. I'm running out of room here on my table. As I mentioned, these backs are just gorgeous. It is a larger deck, but with this artwork, I can't be mad about it at all. And I've actually been working with this deck quite a lot since opening it. And even though these borders are big, and I do sort of wish that they weren't as big, what is amazing is when you actually lay out all the cards, you can get a really quick snapshot of the energy because of the color-coded borders. It is a stunner of a deck. It is available now. It's done through Shiffer. And this is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. And the unboxing is going to go up on my channel very, very soon. As you can see, it's modern and gorgeous. So that's the first deck that I chose for you all today. The second one has been around a long time. To be honest, I don't actually know whether it's available or not. I'm sure someone is going to tell me. I'm finding that doing Oracle Wednesday this way is allowing me to use a lot of my decks and play around with deck combinations and message combinations and visual combinations, and using some decks that that I haven't had to play with for a while. And this is one of them. This is Madame Endora's Fortune cards. I got this when it first came out, so it's been a red hot moment since this came out. Like you can see, the box is a little bit banged up. It is a really stunning little, more gothic style deck. I have had this for a very, very long time, well and truly before I had a YouTube channel. I don't even know when it came out, but I got it the year it came out, the Oracle. So this is not something that I've ever done a walkthrough or a unboxing on my channel. I'm not even sure if I've ever used it for Oracle Wednesday. I might have once, a very long time ago, because I've been doing Oracle Wednesday for a long time. So this is a real beauty of a deck. The gate, as you can see, it's quite simple, beautiful and simple. They're not all, So we have got like the Sphinx. I wanted to show a couple of, the serpent one is so pretty. I like snakes though, so serpent. It does come, oh, Medusa. Medusa, she's just stunner. It does come with a little booklet in the actual box. So it does come with this little white book. I'm kind of showing you a bit because I've never done a walkthrough of this. 2003 it came out. That's when I got it. Oh, that's like, what, 16 years ago? Holy shike. Monolith Graphics. I don't know if it's still out, but it is a little beauty of a deck. And then the final deck that I used this week for Oracle Wednesday is the Joy and Sorrow Oracle deck. And this is by Roxy Sim. And I have her other decks as well. I really think this is a beautiful deck. The story behind it is this was art that Roxy created as she was grieving through a brutal loss. And her artwork is so gorgeous. You can't really see. I'm hoping that you're gonna focus. There's so much detail. The vivid colors are stunning. I'm pretty sure this is on my YouTube channel. There is an unboxing of this. I have used this deck before in Oracle Wednesday. Focused on you. It's like, no, Ethony, we're not going to focus. And you have the messages on the back. So there's quite a lot of information on the back of this deck. And Roxy always does a stunning job. So I will, as always, in the description, pop those links of where you can get the decks that I've used for Oracle Wednesday this week. If you have enjoyed Oracle Wednesday, this pick a card little reading, please share it with your friends because I love doing this and I hope that you are enjoying it. And I will see you all next week, and thank you as always so very much for watching.